Y'all, let me tell you how badly I needed a drink after watching Funky's live. I don't even have no margarita mix. So all I got is some Casamigos, some Simply Pineapple, and some Simply Lemonade. That's how badly I needed a drink. I knew when Tamar did this interview, it was not going to go smoothly, especially given what Funky Naniva is going through. Like the video as the intro plays. And on top of that, I got word of another extramarital thing allegedly going on with Tamar this weekend. This is too much.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Bruh, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Big moves. Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Moments this morning where someone thought I was someone else. I walked in the door and the lady was like, hey! I waved back thinking she watched me on the show. No, she was like, Tracy! I'm not Tracy, but this is.
I'm Tracy.
Okay, y'all. Because we all look alike. Where is this? Where is it? I think I saw it on the Jasmine brand this morning. Sometimes I'm just really glad when I hold off and don't say something. Let me see. Okay, here we go. It was the Jasmine brand. What's up, y'all? So Messy L'Oreal did an interview with Tamar. You can't have an interview with Tamar and not ask her about whatever happened to her with her teeth getting busted out. However, L'Oreal took a jab at Funky in it, and I was like, okay, that's strike one. What I wanted to talk about before Funky exposed this alleged affair was how it felt like Tamar was lying in this interview. So let's start there. And then I will I don't know how much I'm supposed to say about that, but we'll get there. We're going to get through this together.
Aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me. Yeah. All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party.
Mm-hmm. Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you?
Hello.
You thought was your friend.
Well, who you thought was your friend. I gave him a birthday party. Why are you poking the bear? We already had this big conversation the other day when I did my last video on the Braxtons. Tony has said it. Tamar is about publicity at all costs. She doesn't care. And, not to start any shit, but there are a lot of bloggers who are just like her. They care more about how many times their name is mentioned as opposed to the quality of their work. Tamar has a beautiful voice, but in terms of publicity, Tamar does not care.
We ain't even gonna touch on that. Yeah. I came home like I would normally do, Well, you kind of know the spiel. I come home, I'll take a shower, I'll wash my face, I'll come back in the kitchen. We'll have, have more. Hello.
Now, she's asking her specifically, what happened to you? She said the regular spill. That's not definitive enough. We want to know what happened to you leading up to you getting your teeth knocked out because you chose to go public with it. You're roundabout. So you possibly took a shower and washed your ass. You possibly had more drinks. You possibly ate. That's really easy. Do you remember or not? That's why I'm like, this is giving lie.
Different.
Well, we ain't even gonna touch on that. Yeah. I came home like I would normally do. Well, you kind of know the spiel. I come home, I'll take a shower, I'll wash my face, I'll come back in the kitchen. We'll have, have more, have more cocktails.
I know how it goes.
Or have some food.
Yeah.
And congregate until everybody leaves. And the last person left. And one of my friends was just a little too intoxicated to drive, which is fine. My third bedroom is very iconic.
You always like, yo,
have more.
Well, now that we know who was left, allegedly it was just Mendeces left in that room, or left at the house with one of Mendeces' friends. So I don't think that Tamar knew that was going to be getting exposed when she gave this interview.
More cocktails.
I know how it goes.
Or have some food.
Yeah.
And congregate until everybody leaves. And the last person left. And one of my friends was just a little too intoxicated to drive, which is fine. My third bedroom is very iconic.
You always like, yo, L, you ain't got to drive. You can stay right here.
Yeah, it's very iconic. So, actually, me and Brian was texting each other while I was watching Real Housewives of Orange County. And I fell asleep. And when I woke up to my...
Like, yo, L, you ain't got to drive. You can stay right here.
Yeah, it's very iconic. And shaking me like, Tay, are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on?
Let's go.
So, I'm calling I'm calling an ambulance. I was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So somebody is saying they're going to call the ambulance before you fell and messed up your teeth? Are y'all following this with me?
Oh, you're not.
Yeah.
And then when I came to, it was like teeth and blood all over the place and shaking me like, Tay, are you okay? Actually, me and Brian was texting each other while I was watching Real Housewives of Orange County, and I fell asleep. And when I woke up to my...
Like, yo.
You woke up to who saying what?
Okay, are you okay? What's going on?
Was it Mendeces?
I'm calling an ambulance. I was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
And then when I came to, it was like teeth and blood all over the place and shaking me.
Do y'all feel like you are missing something? Is it just me?
That is I'm here for.
That's a big ass jump. That's a huge jump.
Don't remember anything.
I do not. I do not.
Scary.
I do not.
So did you look at the friend like, hey, did you do something to me?
No, that person wasn't capable. That person was mortified.
Yeah, don't remember.
You gave us a roundabout, possibly showering, one other person staying at your house before you had your fall. They're saying do you need us to call the ambulance? What was going on? Were you having a seizure before the fall? And if you were having a seizure or you were incapacitated, how were you able to effectively tell a person who loves you and cares about you not to call the ambulance if you are already in an emergency situation? I was racking my brain.
It is ridiculous. It's just completely ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, what? I really did try to give Tamar the benefit of the doubt. But again, and I will hold this to the end of time, you did not have to tell the public all of these things. It was already strange that it was done during the rollout for your newest album, which your fans love. But why was whomever, Mendeces, in your house, allegedly, about to call the ambulance before you fail? What was your behavior before you fail? And do you remember that? These are very direct questions that you should be able to share because you chose to share it with the public. Chanel said, I was having a heart attack, and thanks for being a member for 23 months. Didn't know it and refused to let my husband call 911. He called my mom and she called 911. Well, thank God that somebody did call 911 and you are here with us today, Chanel. But this Tamar shit is sounding like bullshit. It don't make sense. Spiritual Gangster, thanks for being a member for 18 months. It's sad because the age of the internet is all about attention at all costs, but we need to do is stop engaging in their mess. It's sad. I don't think it's going nowhere. And members, remind me to tell y'all more bits of the story about the other extramarital affair that allegedly Tamar and another Georgia lady have been entangled with. It's a lot. And you see, when people be like, you know, how messy I am, I hold a lot of shit in the vault. Let's just be clear. There's a lot of shit that I know. There's a lot of shit that I have heard that I don't just put out there. So I know yeah,
Anything.
I do not.
That's
I do not.
scary.
I do not.
So did you look at the friend like, hey, did you do something to me? Well,
no, that person wasn't capable. That person was mortified.
Yeah, don't remember anything.
It's just too strange. If this really happened to Tamar, the way that she chose to roll this out to the public is absolutely horrible PR. Absolutely horrible. If it happened to her. Then you have people saying, well, how did you lose these teeth and you're not even swollen? But let's get into Funky's response. So it looks like Funky got wind of this 2 hours ago. He said, for the last time, this woman did not throw me a birthday party. We went and ate at Ruth Chris and I was trying to go home. They begged me to come to V12. Reluctantly, I came. The signs and the sparklers all said Tamar. If it was a birthday for me, we would have had signs that say Quentin Funky Dineva. Now, it is fair to say we were hanging out a little extra for a friend's birthday, but to say you threw me a party is preposterous. At best, this lady failed. Overall, wasn't nothing wrong with her ass. Now, Funky Dineva added to the story and said that he had no intentions of initially putting this out. We've seen that they beefed a couple months ago very publicly. He said that not only did Mendeces go to V12, this is me saying this part, he went to V12 and made sure that he was not part of any of the publicity that comes with V12. If you've ever been, or you're a celebrity, pseudo-celebrity, reality star, whatever, the co-owner of V12 has you walk alongside him with sparklers, all for a production that will go on Instagram. It's kind of like become a thing. It's their trademark. If Mendeces was going to support Funky or support Tamar, somebody he had just done this Mercury retrograde, whatever it was called, video with, why wouldn't you be comfortable going up where people could visibly see you? That's kind of strange. Then Funky alleges that she was drunk and was sitting on his lap. Now, again, V12, I went to V12 for my birthday. There are sections that are kind of secluded. They have like circular sections that I guess are kind of closed off, but it's a public space. And she was sitting on his lap. He then went on to say that after it was over, he went to her house because Tamar had told him to drop his car off at his house and ride with her to these restaurants. He decided to go home, but Mendeces and Tamar, who were kissing, decided to go up with one of his friends. What is going on? Now, Yandy won't bust a grape, but we then already seen that Yandy's sister will drag any girl to hell. We saw it. If you watch Love and Hip Hop New York, you saw her bust down on one of Mendeces' other baby mamas. I don't think Yandy's gonna fight her, but who knows? Let me tell y'all some shit about Atlanta. Atlanta is not a real place. You have so many prominent people in relationships that are absolutely open. It's my opinion that Rashida ain't leaving because she knew what was going on, and obviously she's okay with it. The joke is on the people who care so much to tell her divorce the man. Apparently none of that matters. A baby don't matter. Nothing matters. There are a lot of very, very prominent Atlanta people who are in very much open relationship. And the rules typically are, don't embarrass me. We got word that Yandy was doing her extramarital stuff. What is strange, though, is I've personally seen Mendeces and Tamar's ex hanging out. Literally, I've seen JR and Mendeces hanging out. So I don't know if that's a friendship out of convenience, but I don't know bro code that says you can bust down your homie's ex-fiance and still be cool. Mind you, we've all been in sections. We've all probably had a section at this point. Section culture ain't going nowhere. I have never needed nor wanted the type of attention to be in a space in an area where nobody's really dancing and I'm standing at the tip top of the section. That's how badly JR wanted attention. Me and my friends were just looking like, what the like? He had a few raggedy girls with him, nothing to write home about. So, if Mendeces and Yandy are in some type of open thing, I could just see it being a problem if the rule is not to embarrass one another. Because this is embarrassing. And this don't even have nothing to do with the other married African that I hadn't heard about. Makanda Mix says, grab some toilet paper because this smells like bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. L'Oreal's voice kind of like is a little grating to me. It's a rite of passage for old black families down there, mine included, started from the 1930s. All of the men had outside babies and wives accepted it. I was not expecting this. I was coming on here to say it felt like she was lying. I had no idea. Shout out to Corbin, who let me know. I can do a little bit more in the members only live for sure. I kind of need to talk to my source and make sure that it's okay, some of the stuff that I'm saying. But yeah, this was not a good day for Tamar again and again and again. But we see each other in this at this point. I don't think Tamar's really going to mind the negative publicity. I can guarantee you Kyle is going to be one of the first people to pick it up. House of Aaron might even be writing it right now. I would not be surprised if House of Aaron is writing for Neighborhood Talk right now an article on Funky dismantling Tamar Braxton. Y'all can put in the chat. Y'all think that this is going to affect Mendeces and Yandy? Not I rebuke this mess. Let's move on to some more foolishness. Shout out to Here ASAP. Now, I told Here ASAP that Masika was gonna get him. I said it for putting this out. It said, woman wears Meta glasses to husband's funeral and hires pro photographer. Now, y'all, how people grieve is not something I typically touch on, but let's just be completely honest in here. Masika wearing Meta shades to record a funeral is already off. Hiring a photographer and releasing to the public photos where you look like you are falling out is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if she was trying to have her Lil' Kim moment. We all remember this. Now, this was already after Faith had beat her ass. This was when Biggie actually passed away. This was the mistress breaking down. In terms of Masika's relationship with her estranged husband, they had not been together for over 2 years. They have children together. So I can understand somebody that you have, shared a love with and your children are grieving, but that does not explain why you would try to capitalize by putting these pictures out. Again, the running theme here is people needing to stay in, it's called impressions. So maybe your views aren't that great, whether you're on Instagram or Twitter X or YouTube or whatever, but a lot of people talk about you. That's still bankable to people who think like her. You can't tell me that this was a great idea to put these images out. Was it that, like, you can be a doting mother without hiring a photographer and releasing the images? I can't. I can't. You share your children will one day see this. Your children will have to know that while they were grieving and you're sharing all these stories about your child saying that she wishes she could fix daddy's car. This is heartbreaking for two little girls who have lost their father. And from what I've heard, he was actually a good guy. They will one day see this. Why would you need to wear Meta sunglasses to a goddamn funeral? Guys, we got over 2,600 in the chat. Definitely hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. More images. It's so funny whenever I see anything from All About the Tea. It's such a blast from the past. But she's still doing really good on Instagram and Facebook, even though she's not really on YouTube anymore.
And I've been separated for 2 years. So I waited for a funeral to do what? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, are you cool? Or like, no? And then you want to ask, wait, so why was I crying? Because we were separated? That means I wanted him to die? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, are you fucking stupid? Because my heart is fucking broken. Because my kids will never see their dad again. Because the person that I fucking talk to every day, whether I'm happy or sad or mad, whether we're getting along or arguing, is no longer here. So when I thought that I would be dealing with our kids for the rest of our lives, Christmas, we celebrate. We try to celebrate together. Thanksgiving. Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay?
Now, I like I thought Masika was funny on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I really liked her and Moniece together. But I'll never forget when she was fighting Zell Swag and he pointed out how raggedy her feet were. Why are your heels dirty? Yes, her older daughter is with Fetty Wap. Somebody said, how did he pass away? I think he had a cyber truck and somebody hit him going the wrong way down the freeway. I think he was dead on impact. So Bambi claims she wanted him to set up Fetty Wap, but then her ex is one of her best friends. So did you not tell him she wanted you to rob her baby daddy? They all weird. I don't know what to believe with Masika. I thought she was good for reality TV on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, but now she just kind of stays in the media trolling. So who knows? You never know. Some people might like dirty feet. At this point, I feel like we have learned not to question people's proclivities. You got people farting in jars and mailing that to people for thousands of dollars. Dirty drawers, dirty panties, dirty boxers, dirty everything goes out. So I'm sure Masika's feet, somebody would pay for it. And I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't willing to sell it. Maybe the crust off her feet, who knows? You never know what people want. You never know what people want. Let me see. You never know what the people want. And lastly, she was already posting videos with Krishan Rock's ex days after. You can't even make this up. You can't even make this up.
My husband's life was not in vain, and I may need y'all to comfort me and my babies through this pain. Tomorrow, David Chance, I will carry your last name. It will never change until the day we meet again. Before we were lovers in your heart. My husband's life was not in vain, and I may need y'all to comfort me and my babies through this pain.
Why would you give a speech rhyming? Why would you give a speech rhyming at this man's funeral?
Tomorrow, David Chance.
Some extra maybe, but I think that'll be, you know what I mean, just so we ain't got no misunderstandings. Hold on one second. Hold up, guy. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Some extra maybe, but I think that'll be.
Now she got out-of-towners calling, threatening me and saying, YK, who little bro called when it was smoke, right? Masika, you hacked my little brother phone and joined our group messages and sent us the drama. Now you're trying to play victim. But should I show him how you tried to make me set up Gerald Green, ex-Houston Rockets, for some money you thought he owed my little brother? You a funny person. Then you went to Johnny Dang trying to roach them people out some money for some jewelry. You a bum. Y'all keep coming at me, but this girl jumped in my text messages going off on us over what? I don't have a problem with you, little mama. Just stop faking for the cameras. Appreciate you. I'm going to listen to your advice and leave it alone. I apologize to my nieces for the content. I'm done with it. I'm going to let bro rest in peace. Who y'all believe in? The family or feet? Who you believe? Who you rolling with? Who you rolling with? Let's move on. Let's move on to Todd and Kandi. Let me see. Why is Sax doing this to me? Okay, here we go. So we all know the story of Kandi and Todd. Did nobody want them to get married?
I don't want you married. I don't either.
Nobody wanted it to happen. Then we also heard that Todd liked to swerve and find himself in better situations.
He always found himself in a better situation.
Now we got Todd, who's won the money. It says Kandi Burruss' ex Todd Tucker requests primary custody of his kids, questions prenup as divorce turns ugly. Kandi Burruss' estranged husband, Todd Tucker, has requested primary custody of their 2 kids and is questioning their prenup and their divorce. On November 26th, the businessman reportedly filed a response to his estranged wife's divorce petition. In the docs, which were obtained by Us Weekly, Tucker, 52, claimed that he and the escaped singer's 2 children, son Ace and daughter Blaze, are currently residing with him in Georgia as Burruss tends to out-of-state work obligations. The former Real Housewives of Atlanta husband noted in the docs that Burruss' work obligations will continue to require her to be away from the children for at least the next several months. The parties have been working cooperatively in an effort to resolve all issues, and Tucker remains committed to continuing those discussions in good faith. Tucker said in the filing that if he and Burruss, 49, are unable to reach a custody deal, he will be seeking primary physical custody, joint legal custody, and final decision-making authority. However, Tucker praised his ex, saying that he recognizes Burruss as a loving and capable parent and remains sincerely hopeful that prior and continued discussions between the parties will bring full resolution of all matters. You know Mama Joyce is somewhere.
I don't want you married. I don't either.
Additionally, the Tucker Productions founder also brought up the prenuptial agreement he signed ahead of their April 2014 wedding. Per Us Weekly, Tucker suggested that he was pressured into signing the prenup without proper legal representation. In the docs, Tucker's attorney said the agreement was presented to Tucker without Tucker having counsel, even though Burruss, then counsel, had communicated previously with Tucker's team regarding a potential prenuptial agreement. Despite that knowledge, Burruss' counsel presented the final agreement to Tucker for signature immediately before the wedding ceremony without any notice to or consultation with Tucker's team, who had been significantly engaged in the negotiation process, his filing alleged. Okay. Let me tell you what I agree with and I don't agree with. I remember that season, I watched Kandi's special. I definitely felt like Mama Joyce was out of line for the way she treated Todd, because Todd was broke. He was $1,000 there and she had raised $1 million there. I definitely agree that Todd was treated poorly. However, Kandi is probably financially one of the smartest housewives we've seen. She came into it with money. She left with more money. She bought a foreclosed home. You know, our taste is a little different. I'll say our taste is a little different. But kudos to her. She then provided for her mom, her entire family. They're all eating off Kandi, and they all thrive together. But with that being said, I don't see a space and time where Kandi worked her entire life writing songs and she would need to pay him in perpetuity for shit that she did before they got married. Kandi was one to say that she doesn't understand why husbands go after half. That don't matter. You chose to get married in Georgia. Most marriages end in divorce. I don't agree with that. At the end of the day, whatever Kandi and Todd built together, I think should go 50-50. Now, why does Todd want custody of the kids? Kandi is going all the time. That we all know. Riley says she played a big role in raising Ace. But I don't think that Todd is only doing that because he feels like he's the best one for the kids to be with. I think Todd is doing that because if he gets primary physical custody of those kids, then Kandi will be paying him in perpetuity through child support for at least another 12 years. I have always taken umbrage with a few things that Todd did. I hate to say I agree with Mama Joyce, but I agree with Mama Joyce. Todd got really, really comfortable with Kandi's money. Now, Mama Joyce got comfortable with Kandi's money too when she was taking that girl's social security card and getting credit cards and not paying it, messing up the girl's credit. But that's her mama. Todd, on the other hand, got in, married. I think he was trying to buy a 18-wheeler. Kandi got him a new I think it was like a Corvette. He bought Kandi a Bentley truck with Kandi's money. Riley got a Porsche. I'm sure Ace is going to get something in a really nice in a few years, but he did not even want his daughter to get his old Range Rover. You can't get accustomed to Kandi's money. When Kandi's trying to spread the wealth with your child, you say no. If that was the case, then he should never accepted any of the luxury items that she afforded him. You can't shun one child while every other kid is living in the lap of luxury. That don't even make sense. That's not about character building because you sure got your ass in the Corvette. No, I definitely don't think her mom was right. I rewatched some of the clips today and I was like, God, I don't know how he did it. Saying that Todd's daddy was a pimp and his mama was a hoe. That's what she said. That's what she said. His mama was a pimp. I mean, his daddy was a pimp and his mama was a hoe. And that Karma sure knew Todd real well. You hang out with him. You know him real well. That's what she said. You always, hey, one Kandi's left over. You wear her old hair. You wear her old clothes. Y'all. And Karma said, I ain't never wore nobody's old hair. Anyway. I feel like Todd and Kandi had a very successful relationship. Marriage don't always last. If you've ever seen the kids, they are very well adjusted. Riley's doing really well. Kayla has integrated in, even though Mama Joyce made her entry point pretty rough initially. Contesting the prenup at this point seems very shrewd. If you guys remember this, it says, rewatching Kandi's wedding special, Todd signed the prenup only 4 hours before the ceremony, and against his lawyer's advice. Could that be considered signing under duress? I remember Kandi saying, if he doesn't sign it, we're not getting married. I remember it being the day of. I remember Todd saying very clearly that he just wanted everything to be fair. So if you felt it was fair, then why would you be contesting it now?
He always found himself in a better situation.
Ding, 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 ding. No, let's get a little messy. Let's get just a little bit messy. So Kandi's restaurants have closed. Kandi is no longer with Housewives. That was what, like probably somewhere over $2 million a year. That's not coming in. I think that, and I'm sure that some of the ladies in this chat are probably the breadwinners in their relationship. It happens a lot more than people want to acknowledge. I'm not going to lie. Dudes can be kind of touchy about women who make more money than them. I think that puts Kandi in a hard place because Kandi, being the most successful cast member, was getting all kinds of shit. Marlo was saying, you like to pay for the boys and the girls. She seemed to love Todd. Todd seemed to love her, but a lot of the things that they built together, i.e. the restaurants, are not here anymore. So what you have left is Todd fighting for child support and Todd fighting for a little access to the money that Kandi made prior to them being together. Well, let's see. So the restaurant's closed. I remember thinking Todd is blowing through money. Let me just be honest. Just God's honest truth. When the old lady gang came and people were waiting outside for hours to meet Aunt Nora and Aunt Bertha and Mama Joyce, I thought it was a brilliant strategy. When you have a show that pushes you out constantly, it is a great promotion for any product that you're releasing. But when we got to see Kandi and the gang, you saw that there were things that Todd could have done to improve it and just didn't. We saw Todd wanted to buy an 18-wheeler. We saw Todd was going to buy a taco stand. They branched out to the steakhouse. They branched out to another old lady gang restaurant. All of these things were happening with Kandi's seed money. Todd is no dummy. Todd worked in the financial side of production. So he knew budgets and things like that. I think that there was some simpatico in their business acumen, but Kandi was the one to bankroll it. I think it's fair that if there are still proceeds from the restaurant, Todd get half of that. But if he is going after what Kandi had first, then I would say to Kandi, tell him F you. Cancel everything that you got on the road and be at home a little bit more and take custody of your children. Because that's some bullshit. If he wants to go after the money that she had prior to them ever meeting. That's how you play the long game. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there's not a double standard in this shit, because most people call it getting to the bag. If we'll use Masika as an example, Masika's ass was out the door. She was already dating other people. He might have been dating other people. He passes away. Now you're the doting wife looking for whatever you can get that the wife is now owed. You're getting to the bag. This man contesting that prenup is bullshit. Whether you like Kandi or not, the prenup was that you can get half of what we built together. Why is that not fair? Not waiting 10 years was the plan. I mean, and who knows? Like, although I know some people in Kandi's orbit, that's not really the kind of shit that I discuss with people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna reach out and say, oh, what does she really think about this? Or how does she feel about this? I'll give my commentary based on what's out there. And that's how I maintain relationships with people like that. I'm not going to Funky and asking Funky, well, when and where did you see Funky Tamar kiss Mendeces? No. We talk about real stuff. I feel like Todd knew the prenup was coming. Todd was okay with signing the prenup. His lawyer was there and advised him not to, and he did it anyway. So I can't see Kandi I can't see Kandi screwing him over. But I could see that Todd might screw Kandi over.
He always found himself in a better situation.
I mean, but y'all can put in the chat. I know a lot of people don't like Kandi.
Hair that's left over. That's what you do. Sit around there and catch whatever left over.
Mama Joyce, old lady gang. That was a good era of reality television. That was a good era of housewives. When I went back to the Throwback Queen and looked at all of like the episodes, there was so much that would happen. In addition to Kandi and the wedding and Mama Joyce trying to beat Karma like she was a bitch in the alleyway, there was so much that happened. Pillow talk, the winery. It was, that season was crazy. Phaedra being the head doctor, finding out that Kandi used to mess with Chuck, and Chuck was I was about to say something ugly. I was about to say, I'm really growing. I'm really growing. I was about to say something ugly. We'll just say what Chuck said, that Phaedra was his little... Phaedra was his ugly little secret from Athens. His dirty little secret that used to just come and satisfy her oral fixation. Kandi was the one that was getting the bags, and Mama Joyce was getting the Louis Vuittons, and Mama Joyce felt like this was the kind of man that Kandi needed to be with because he could provide. And Kandi didn't feel like Chuck was the man that she needed to be with because Chuck had a little D. It just is what it is. Kandi was getting flued out, and Phaedra was getting brought through the back door to perform one thing, and she was ushered on out. Oh, what's up, Miss Kenny? Oh, he says, hey, Mims, catch you on the replay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're on the phone right now. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you're on the phone right now, getting all the extra stuff that the people want to know. Miss Kenny is Funky's best friend. Slash a straight shooter. Shout out to Miss Kenny. We like Miss Kenny over here. Diamond says, you trying to take all my book money. Kandis says, cannot wait to see how Kandi's lawyers respond to this. It's probably that same attorney that everybody then had. Nene, Portia then had him. He then been around the pass around attorney. Everybody's up in here. What's up, Jamie? Just saw Funky. Lil D pay big bills. Lil D pay big bills, but in Pillow Talk, that nigga was on mute. Apollo was cracking ribs, having flashbacks to what was going on in prison, and Chuck was doing the mute challenge. He told Monique, shut the up, don't say shit. I'm not fighting nobody, and I highly doubt he would have fought anybody for Monique anyway. I saw that. I don't believe that though. I don't believe it. I think the relationship probably just ran its course. Jamie, the people want to know if you're gonna jump Todd. If you guys don't know, Jamie is everybody's media manager. She does the damn thing. Shout out to Jamie. Including she does Kandis YouTube channel, and I think all the Kandis like media stuff. But I mean, the relationship lasted a lot longer than a lot of marriages. Let's finish with this shit. Let's finish with this Milagro. Now, I really wasn't saying too much about the Megan Milagro thing because technically I don't really follow Milagro gams. I definitely don't follow. Who's that man? He looked like the mouse from Tom and Jerry. He eats a lot on camera, a lot of smacking. Little dude, he's kind of pudgy. What's his name? He looked like the Tom and Jerry mouse. What is the dude's name? Put it in the chat. Academics. Yeah, him. I don't really follow Academics. I definitely don't F with Myron and them from Fresh and Fit and all these people who were really like dogging Megan out during the trial. Academics, y'all got it. I really wasn't so into it, but I had heard some things, and I remember distinctly Milagro being academics' eyes and ears from the Tory trial until Milagro said some shit about Megan Cuniff, this lady that we're looking at. I think she said some stuff about her eye, and then that went viral because they were all attending this particular trial. And that got her kicked out. And I remember up until that point, she was going on academic stuff and it just was kind of disgusting. It was kind of flirty. He reminds me of the kind of person who like stores food in his cheeks and shit. And every now and then when you're talking to him, you might catch a piece of biscuit or some shit in your eye. That's what academics gives me. So anyway, the girl lost. And her team feels like it's a victory because Megan was asking for a large sum, but she was really only awarded $75,000 plus her legal bills. I would be curious to find out how much her legal bills are because this trial went on for maybe like a full week or two. She has top attorneys. I'm pretty sure it's in the at least hundreds of thousands of dollars. We know that Milagro is already negative $10,000 in the bank. I feel like if Milagro had not shared a fake video, an AI video of Megan Thee Stallion having sex, then she probably would have been all right. But it was the sexual video that the jury awarded most of. I think she was awarded like $50,000 for sharing the fake sex tape. Why would you even want to share a fake sex tape of your, like, whether you knew it was real or not? How badly do you hate a celebrity? Like, real talk, between you and me, the reason that I'm able to maintain relationships with people, honest to God, especially if you're trying to do new media or blogging or whatever, don't actively work to destroy anybody. Because that's the fucking sword you will fall on. Don't actively work to try to destroy anybody. I've not done it yet. And when you do that, it makes people feel like you have some illogical fixation on whoever your target is. It doesn't even make sense. It does not make sense. I have so many outside relationships with people you wouldn't even believe. Even to the point where I told you guys, I had to tell a friend of mine exactly what I may or may not have said about Queen Latifah before I could get invited to a certain party. There are so many people in my space who get so fixated on somebody that they are reporting on that they lose touch of what they're reporting, and you just become like hateful rhetoric every day. Like, I couldn't even imagine doing the same shit every day over a motherfucker who does not know me. That doesn't even make sense. Rule 1, whether you're a blogger, a journalist, or whatever, is don't become the story. Report on the story. People thought I was crazy when I was like, oh, I don't want people to like know who I am. I want y'all to know who I am. I don't want the celebrities to know who I am. I made one joke about Kelly Price and she called me. I made one joke. I mean, I would prefer to talk to y'all than to talk to celebrities. It just is what it is. It makes everything a lot easier. But that's, when you put something out there, you never know. Do I believe everything that Megan was saying on the trial, on the stand about how this was the reason she had PTSD and all that kind of stuff? I think it was embarrassing, but I think that her issues go way deeper than Milagro. I think that part of what she said on the stand was an act. But even if it was an act, Milagro literally said on the stand, that she knew Megan was shot, but that's contrary to everything she was reporting on. It just is what it is. What do you mean you knew the girl got shot? That's not what you were saying. Who knows? Somebody said, did she learn from TK? Who knows? No, Milagro Grams just lost to Megan Thee Stallion.
Static. Of course you want things to go your way, but like I said, I respect the jury and what they decided. And I think I might have to.
Any lessons learned next time you get on air?
Yeah. So tune into the next show so y'all can see how I handle things moving forward, y'all. Okay?
Is there any concern about having to pay attorney fees?
They were wearing her out. They were wearing her out.
Because you were found liable for the deepfake video?
You said, am I concerned?
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be moving forward. You know, things will get handled. Like I said, it wasn't a multi-million-dollar verdict, so I think that's a blessing. God is good through and through, honestly.
Do you have any regrets at all about just anything that happened over the last years? Anything that you said on the street or anything?
I think it's important to stand up for what you believe in, and I'm happy for the people that support.
This girl said, I think it's important for you to stand in what you believe in. You had to acknowledge on the stand that you knew the girl got shot, that it was not just glass in her foot. Now, what do I believe? I believe that there's a whole bunch of shit going on. First off, it's not lost on me that Meg felt like Tory was about to sleep with Kylie Jenner. Cut to 2025 when Megan is more than likely going to get engaged to Kylie Jenner's sister's ex-boyfriend. That's not lost on me. Moreover, you got your best friend who's alleging that she was doing all of your homework and everything, and she's a big part of the reason why you graduated, and you knew she was sleeping with Tory, and you were sleeping with Tory behind her back, which broke girl code, which I agree with. But then coming to find out that the girl who was sleeping with Tory also had a boyfriend. Hollywood is incestuous as F. Yes, they then all dated our Kardashian. They all did. He dated Kendall Jenner. Travis Scott just got married to Kourtney Kardashian. He dated Kim Kardashian. Aubrey O'Day confirmed the relationship that they denied. Aubrey O'Day said back in the day when she was with Danny DeCane, she was hanging out with Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian was, I think she, after a fireworks thing, Kim Kardashian went to Kourtney's husband's house. That they denied the relationship. It is what it is. They didn't all slept with each other. Travis Barker, exactly. No, they actually dated. Yes. So, you know, even Rihanna, my favorite person, do not go crazy over celebrities. Rihanna is a person who I just love everything about her. Rihanna was, Kendall was dating ASAP, and in present day, or not present day, but close to present day, maybe before she had the first kid and they were just together and dating, she was giving Kendall death stares while her and ASAP watched Kendall on a runway. And Kendall, way back when she was still performing, said, "Oh, I'm going to be so mad if Rihanna doesn't perform this certain song." And Rihanna retweeted her, "Don't come to my performance." Like, these people get real vicious when they all sleep with the same dudes. They get real vicious about the same people, which is different than Atlanta, where everybody's in open relationships. Everybody's in open relationships. So some of this shit is backhanded. Do I feel like part of the reason Meg got with this guy is because it's a big FU to the Kardashians? Absolutely. Because right after all the Tory stuff, Kylie definitely took Tory's side. And based on the fact that Tory has a dick and is black, I do think that Kylie would have slept with him. Shit, Meg is a full 3 feet taller than him, and you know, she was letting him climb her. So who knows? Who knows? At this point, technically, I don't think Travis Scott, Kylie's baby daddy, is too far off in the looks department from Tory Lanez, to be honest with you. The only difference is Tory has male pattern baldness and Travis Scott doesn't. Let me get off here. Thank you guys. I will definitely see you tomorrow. I have been doing a lot of research. So my videos, you should be seeing more of them. I'm going to try to have a video out every day. I'm working on a 3-part series. I have done the research for it. I'm very proud of these videos that you will see dropping soon. One will definitely be the Candace Owens video. I'm doing a video on Kai Cenat. We're going to be talking about some uncomfortable shit. If you don't know what FBA is, it's Foundational Black American. That topic it's not going to be a comfortable one, but it's going to be something we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about. But I have been doing a lot of research in the back end. These videos just take longer to do. It's not just, going through Instagram. It's like real research backed up with historical facts. But thank you guys for being here. Like the video on your way out. Yeah, I've not been on vacation. It just, if I'm going to do those type of videos, I want my I's dotted and my T's crossed. So have a good one. Oh, Bilal, I can reach out to him tonight. Let me see. I'll reach out to him as soon as we get off air. Oh, Jasmine Brandon's already reporting on it too, 14 minutes ago. Funky Dineva claims Tamar Braxton and Mendeces Harris have been sneaking around and allegedly witnessed them making out. We can look at that real quick. That's the first thing that popped up on my Jasmine Brand. Where is it? That was quick. Wait, hold on. Bilal said, Will Smith's former best friend of 40 years says he's suing Jada. Okay, so that's something that we already did. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Y'all can just watch that for 2 seconds. Why do I have it on here? Oh, the Jasmine Brand. That's what it is, not the Jet. Here we go.
Let's be like this. Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeces had in front of me. Okay. All of that, you want to be like this. Let's be like this. Part of the problem with this video shoot and your booty shorts sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up, I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all. So since you were throwing a party for a friend's birthday party, video shoot in your booty shorts sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants. Do y'all want to know why I did not get out the car and go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house? Because after her and Mendeces got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped. Do y'all want to know why I did not got dropped off at Tamar's house? I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all ass was kissing. Okay. And the shit made me damn uncomfortable. Okay. Now, if you know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth, it's Mendeces and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was fucking your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what. You know who happened and what happened to your damn, okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, it need to be Mendeces and his friend, because that's who went upstairs with you. Okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth.
So y'all, we're gonna end on that. I will definitely be seeing y'all tomorrow. We're doing, was it 31 days in December? We're doing a video every day. See y'all tomorrow.